That's why you see the guard, actually took it upon himself to nail Finland. That man, let me tell you, God has the connection to sue Finland. Yes, into ICC. Vev is doing. Vev is a great man, a great Jewish man, and he has succeeded on, pointing his fingers in the eyes of the Finnish government, because Finnish government has actually, deviated from the reality. What they should have done is play a role, not even consular role, a true compatriot or patriot, or you call him a national of Finland. Simon Ekpa was, wrongly accused by Nigerian government of abating or influencing act of terrorism in Igbo land or southeastern Nigeria. And if you look at what the young man was fighting for, the young man was fighting for marginalization, exploitation, suppression and oppression of Igbo man in the southeastern Nigeria. Ekpa actually has been, speculated, showcased to be a freedom fighter, in Africa. And actually, he is a citizen of Finland. So I don't know why Nigeria bribed Finland into playing the role. I don't know what to understand of, let me use the word oppressing Simon Ekpa. Nigeria is doing this thing against all the Biafra agitators, like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, like Ekpa himself. But the way Nigeria bribed Finland into acting so strange, so lately, it is what is shocking the rest of the world. That's why you see the guard, actually took it upon himself to nail Finland. That man, let me tell you, God has the connection to sue Finland. Yes, into ICC, International Criminal Court. They are going to invite Finland, because Finland, all of a sudden, started behaving strangely, so lately. The balkanization, assistance we are receiving from Finland, even during the time of Nigerian Biafran Civil War, everything just disappeared. We've seen a Finnish ambassador having closed door with Bianca, closed door with Tinubu. All of a sudden, they turn against Simon Ekpa. And that's why Ekpa is being just facing the kind of, let me say, animosity currently he is facing in Finland. It is uncalled for. Finland is not supposed to play that kind of, let me say, tyrannical role against her citizen. I'm telling you, Simon Ekpa, the first round of the court appearance, Simon Ekpa has actually won. He has competent, with him lawyers, and those lawyers, they know what the international law says about agitation for self-realization or even freedom fight. I don't know what to say. Is that correctly freedom fight? Ekpa is fighting for emancipation of his people in the southeastern Nigeria. And Finland is not supposed to have played that kind of tyrannical role because of a contract given or awarded to one of Finnish companies by Nigeria. Just imagine Nigeria using Finland to play. Nigeria that is not developed. Nigeria that is full of political animals. Nigeria that has nothing to do with this third world development or advancement. Nigeria is not there. I'm telling you, if you see the countries that are called third world developing country, Indonesia, Malaysia, you see Philippines, all of them, Nigeria is not there. Obi told them recently, don't compare yourself to Indonesia. You are too poor. Bigger than Nigeria. Now, Indonesia is a big country in Asia, Far East Asia, and not only bigger than Nigeria, they are more populated than Nigeria. How many are we? 200 and these are Indonesia, meaning India in Asia. If you just want to break it into syllables, that's the meaning of Indonesia. And there are many of them. They have population. So when you talk about Asian tiger today, industrialization in Asia, Indonesia is there, Malaysia is there. So we are too poor. I'm telling you, Nigeria is too poor, and that's why they actually believe in giving bribe to the level that Finland actually succumbed and stooped so low to have collected bribe from Nigeria to nail Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is taking Nigeria to ICC very, very soon. And Ekpa has already decided taking Finland to ICC. He has the right to do that. And I'm talking to you now, much human rights activists in the world are gathering for Simon Ekpa. Look at what you said about the Gad. Yes, he's a Jewish lawyer. He's a Jewish activist. I'm telling you, globally renowned Jewish artist. Yes, he's a lobbyist, I know. I know that one, but he's an activist from Israel. I've actually told you that the Igbos are the Jews. We don't hide it anymore. So whatever is happening to Biafran land is happening to Israel. That's why Israel is not happy over what Mazen and the Kanu and Ekpa is going through. So I'm telling you that Finland actually has deviated from playing the role, not only consular role, but the role of, you know, how a country could go to at least protect her citizens. Simon Ekpa was wrongly accused by Nigerian Janjaweeds, the Fulani, and the only thing Finland could have done is turn their back on Nigerian complaint and diplomatic roles to lure them into, you know, nailing one of their citizens, Master Simon Ekpa. So if you ask me, I tell you that verb guard has gone too far, very, very far to actually at least fight, you know, give Nigeria and Finland legal battle just over Simon Ekpa ordeal. Ekpa's houses, Ekpa's bank account has been at least released for him. They released it to him because why? He did not commit any crime. I'm telling you, self-realization is freedom fight. And Simon Ekpa is fighting for emancipation of Biafra. Biafra is his own country. Simon Ekpa is no longer Nigeria. Yes, there's gold medal he won, you know, during the Olympic of, I think, maybe in Barcelona in 1992 or so. He returned it to Nigeria. He said, take your trophy. I don't belong to you again. Is that not a shame? It is a shame. Ekpa has rejected his Nigerian nationality and embraced Finland. And now Finland is playing the role of Wayo country. I've never known that such a Scandinavian Europe like Finland will actually stoop so low because of money, because of cheap contracts awarded to one of his companies. I'm telling you, Putin is taking it serious, not only Gad, because Gad actually is a Jew, Putin is a Jew, Russians are Jews. That's why you see how serious they are. And Putin administration is aligning with Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso to stop the Western Europe from stealing our natural resources. This kind of neo-colonial rules, I'm telling you, it just started so lately. I did not know Europe like this before. And it's like the French and the English are now contesting among themselves who will have upper hand over neo-colonial, you know, policies going on all around Africa. So what happened now is that the French has lost their colonies. Like Senegal has actually deviated. Senegal has actually, you know, sent the French packing. Recently, you can see what happened in Mali. Mali has actually turned their back on the French. Then again, Ivory Coast, they are battling it because as America is trying to have military base in Ivory Coast is beginning to, Cote d'Ivoire, they are beginning to accuse America. I don't know what to understand. Having military base in Cote d'Ivoire, I don't know what to understand. To attack Burkina Faso. In fact, they are accusing America of having base in West Africa so that they will have military space to strike that Ibrahim Traore. Then you look at Mali. Mali has actually, you know, started, you know, to send France for banishment. France should be banished in Mali. And they have actually done that. You can see what's happening in Gabon. You can see what is on course. It's a military adventurism in Niger. France is going. The whole continent are waking up from their slumber. Both the French colony and the English colony. We are tired of a situation whereby someone is using us as mugu at the back door, making us dry. That has been the method of the British and the French. Immediately, African countries, you know, had their independence in the 60s. So the Jewish lobbyist has actually, you know, seen something in Biafra. Biafra is a very different country currently in Africa now. Biafra is the Prince of Africa, and all eyes are on Biafra. So I think God is doing good work. I mean, we've got the Jewish lobbyist. Then again, you see the role of Putin to make sure that Biafra, extricates itself from Nigeria. Putin has been on his feet, since 2015, working together hand in hand with Mazen and the Kano. And you can see the role of State of Israel. State of Israel is always with Biafra. That was in 1967 till 1970, until they had Arab-Israeli war. That's why they left Igbo land and went and defend their land. So Israel actually tried. And I'm telling you that Biafra has come. Why? This great support from the Jews is giving Biafra upper hand over Nigeria.
It's definitely good.
The truth is finally out. Now that the Finnish government has declared the CDS of Nigeria, Musa, a terrorist now, what is the next phase of the lie? What lies can the government tell Nigerians? Now that Simon Ekpa is no longer in the picture, because it has always been pictured that Simon Ekpa is the cause of insurgency in Southeast, and now that insurgency has stopped in Southeast, and now that the Finnish government has vindicated Simon Ekpa, that those sponsoring insecurity and terrorists in the country are those some persons in the military. Now, where would CDS Musa bury his shame? Because a group of people are saying we want to exit the country. Because the Igbos are saying they are tired of the contraption called One Nigeria. That this One Nigeria, it will not work, and then it has not been working. It has been a country full of lies, propaganda, and shame. That has always been how it is formed. So I am not surprised that the Finnish government has now come out to say CDS Musa is a terrorist for all the atrocities he has been, for all the atrocities he has committed, in disguise of pretending to keep one Nigeria. And that one Nigeria has caused a whole lot of catastrophe in the country. Just some days ago, a notorious bandit that was declared wanted was seen in Katsina State with top government officials going for peace talk. Between Simon Ekpa and that terrorist, who is more deadly? But here we are today. Mazi Kanu is still in detention. Kanu is still in detention because of the Igbophobia, of the hate. If Simon Ekpa happens to be from the Fulani extraction, Simon Ekpa would not be a terrorist. I can beat my chest because we've seen Fulani militias that have been given amnesty. We've seen Fulani militias that have been integrated into the society. Now that Finland have written to the ICC, Nigeria should immediately hand over CDS Musa for custody. Because the French government have done their own findings too. And they've seen that something is pushing under the ground. That this man has a connection with these Fulanis, has a connection with these bandits, has a connection with these terrorists. So if they are sincere, they should hand over CDS Musa to ICC for questioning. Because now that the French government has done their own conclusion, I've seen that CDS Musa himself is not innocent in this. Nigeria cannot pretend as if they are not aware that CJS Muta has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how they tend to die the whole matter, it is in the social media space. Everybody has seen it that CJS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how the Nigerian government want to die this matter, but they are very quick to declare Simon Ekpa and IPOB a terrorist group. Now that the Finnish government and the ICC has declared CJS Musa a terrorist, why is the story not online? Why is the story not flying online? Because they themselves are also part of people championing insecurity and terrorism in the country. And that is why I say that anybody that speaks against the vision of the country, they will do everything possible to take that person off the hook. They will do everything possible for them to take that person off the hook. That is why I see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention. And the Finnish government, they were so gullible to be used by the Nigerian government. They were just too gullible. Because if they were not gullible, why would a country like Nigeria come to tell you that Simon Ekpa is the one sponsoring insecurity all the way from Finland, and you sit your ass down in Finland and you believe them? But there are some rumors that the envelope also changed hand. You know Nigerian story now. You know Nigerian government, that Nigerian government, anything that Nigerian government cannot do to bribe does not exist. I am very sure that the government have bribed the Finnish courts, and that is why I see that Simon Ekpa was wrongfully accused and sentenced. Now that the appeal court is now coming out to reverse all your stuffs. It is now a very clear indication that Simon Ekpa is innocent of all the charges leveled against him, because the Finnish government has come out to indict CJS Musa, saying that CJS Musa is the major financier of insecurity in Nigeria, and it should be tried by ICC, not just local courts. It should be tried by ICC. Enough of all these presents. We know that this one Nigeria, it can never work. No matter how we tend to rub our heads, no matter how we tend to try to patch things up, that one Nigeria cannot work. And that has always been the current state of mind, that one Nigeria would not take us anywhere, and that it will not work. Today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not coming out. Now, the list of people, ICC will publish names of people sponsoring banditry and sponsoring insecurity in Nigeria. Their names will be published. And when that is published, let's see how CJS Musa would escape it. Let's see how CJS Musa would escape the wrath. They have used kangaroo judgments to sentence Simon Ekpa. But today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not out. That everybody knows the reason why insecurity is still thriving in Nigeria. And it's just because of one person that claims he is protecting the masses. Rather, underground supporting the fight for terrorism. But the question is, how long can we continue to be deceived? How long can we continue to be deceived by the Fulanis? Don't forget that the CDS was a Fulani man. How long can we continue to be deceived by a Fulani man in our own country? And tomorrow you say that Biafra will not exist. Biafra will exist. No matter how we tend to hold it, Biafra would exit the country. No matter how we tend to keep it, Biafra would exit this country. And I am sure that Mazen Kanu and Mazen Simon Ekpa will come out strong, no matter how they tend to do all this rubbish. They will come out strong. If today is the first time of coming across this channel, please can you like this video, share it, comment for more political discourse. Thank you.